Vanuatu, Island of Mystery. Vanuatu is in the South Pacific. It's really close to Fiji, and it's about 1,000 kilometers from Australia. So for us, since we're based in Sydney, it was only about a 3.5-hour flight, give or take. Now, Vanuatu used to be called New Hebrides. It's not exactly the touristy island. Like everyone goes to Fiji, almost no one goes to Vanuatu, which is why we really wanted to see it. What does it look like when you arrive?
Well, it is a relatively flat jungle, and the roads are very, very rough. So if you're into constantly being on a 4x4 off-roading jungle adventure, then this is the place for you. Other than that, you get really rich soil and then green palm trees and all of that fun stuff that you can come to expect from island nations.
The moment that you get outside the city, you really are on dirt roads, or on roads that are not really that well maintained, so you've got potholes. We arrived when the rains had come and some of the roads were washed away. You know that ride that in Disney's Animal Kingdom, where you're on like bumpy roads and then you see the animals?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
What ride is that?
You've been on it a million times. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Oh, are you talking about the safari?
The safari ride, yes.
You forgot the word safari?
I did, yes.
Our impressions of the roads, however, are no dig on the Vanuatu people. Us Americans built the roads.
Yeah, some of the roads were built by us, and some were built by the Chinese too.
We did not build them very well, apparently.
No. Well, I mean, we built them during World War II, so it's been a while.
Well, the Obama administration had built.
Yeah, they're not even old.
So we go over the mountain, right? And we get to a place called the Havana Boathouse. It's on a really nice bay, like Havana Harbor, and it's flat calm.
Yes.
So it's like a swimming pool.
Yes, and we had a beautiful sunset boat ride. Take a look. What a magnificent sunset boat ride.
Yeah, right.
We had a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, good drinks, though. They gave us some good.
Okay, we should talk about drinks because in a previous podcast, we mentioned kava, the native drink here. So when we got to the Havana Boathouse, we were able to sample the native drink called kava. And we've talked about kava in a previous podcast. It is made from the kava root. It's a pepper root. It's very potent. It is the social lubricant of the South Pacific. But here on Vanuatu, it's extra, extra strong. Right, Iden?
Yes, as I came to find out. Apparently, you're not supposed to drink 2 liters of kava in one night. But I did, and I've lived to regret that. In fact, actually, I'm still high right now.
It's called 2-day kava for a reason, right?
Yes, especially if you drink 2 liters of it. I didn't eat anything for 2 days. I didn't want to eat anything. If I ate anything, it felt like lava. Liquid lava. Speaking of lava, you guys went up to the volcano.
We did, yes. We were lucky because we got to see another island, the island of Tanna, which has an active volcano.
In order to get to this volcano, you have to go by the ash plains or a Chinese road. Either way, you're going to see what it's like. One side of the volcano it's like chocolate. It's chocolate and then
pudding, yeah.
And then you have little trees and bushes growing out of, and that's the ash plains basically. It's one of the few places in the world where you can actively see these mini eruptions and the lava.
You can also see lava if you go to our hotel bathroom.
Oh, we've seen a lot of volcanoes. For me, this one was the absolute most awesome volcano ever. And the reason why is you can stand there on the caldera, you can watch these eruptions, you can feel them, you feel the ground shaking, and then you see lava spewing into the sky and smoke, and it's crazy.
Speaking of spewing into the sky.
So we also stayed at a place called the Rockwater Hotel. They were partially responsible for nursing Iden back to health. And that was a really interesting hotel, right, Iden?
Yeah, especially the garden. The garden is structured to maximize wonder and magicality. And you have to go through like these little walkways and then it reveals itself. You find this whole other world, which is the next section. And there's like 50 sections in this garden. each of them having their own unique plant. It is actually like a pocket of Disney World in Vanuatu.
I just feel that way.
It was really cool.
Tana has really great volcanic soil, so anything grows. And so there were all kinds of plants, bananas, coffee even. Yeah. I mean, they just had everything there.
That's a coffee bean.
But mostly Iden was able to get better. And that really, for us, was a big relief, seeing Iden back up and running.
Yeah.
I'm sure is a relief for you too, right?
Yeah. I'm actually still speed walking. Maybe next week I'll start running.
One of the most fascinating aspects of Vanuatu was its culture. And we had the opportunity to take a tour through one of the villages while we were there. You get an opportunity to really see how people are living there right now. And they still are embracing a lot of the traditions that they had.
For example, keeping pigs, because pigs, that's how they get their wives there. They give the dad a pig, and then the dad's like, this seems equivalent to my daughter. Take my daughter.
We just put them in there. They'll grow fat and big. That's when they become valuable, and we can use them for custom ceremonies.
They had some really interesting traditions. For example, one was male circumcision, which unlike in the Western world, it happens much later in life. So you're 10 years old, and our guide was telling us about how they don't tell you before they do the ceremony. So they kind of kidnap you and then take you, and they use bamboo to do all the cutting. So it's very, I don't think I would want to do it that way.
They do give you the option to go to a hospital, but if you do that, you're a sissy.
You're a coward, you're a coward.
And you're never gonna outlive that.
Yeah.
Ever.
You'll be the village coward, right? Okay. Who should go to Vanuatu?
Somebody with back problems.
If you love off-roading adventures, if you want to be always in a four-wheel drive, if you want to feel like you're, lost somewhere in the rainforest, and also if you want to get really close to these tribes and people, sort of the National Geographic Gawker experience, then this is definitely the place for you.
In our last podcast, we asked the question, what is the most unusual form of mass transit that you've ever taken? And we sure had your comments for this.
Mitch says the Disney monorail. How does that even work? I thought you needed 2 tracks. One, what if it loses its balance and falls off? Pretty interesting nonetheless, though.
Martin says the morning after the massive January 1967 blizzard in Chicago, wow, that's going back a little ways, nothing was moving on the street. Cars, trucks, and buses were all stuck in the snow, and I had to get into the LaSalle Street Financial District. I managed to walk 3 blocks to Michigan Avenue, and as I arrived, a huge articulated front-end loader pulled up, and the driver yelled, "I'm heading downtown. Want to ride?" Oh, that's great. Wow. So he took a snowplow to work.
Susie writes, ox cart in Cambodia. Now, I gotta say, usually rickshaw is pretty interesting. Like you do that in India and stuff like that. But an ox cart.
And that brings us to this week's question. What is the most unusual or strange drink that you've ever had in your travels? And tell us about it, what you can remember of it.